I can't harp on this enough. Wall Street made the investment because they saw the upside. But what's happening by them seeing that upside, they're taking away the opportunities for a lot of individual homeowners. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
And it kind of pushed pricing up. And to me, that's a real problem.
This is Las Vegas Real Estate Now with local real estate expert Harvey Blankfeld.
There's an article in the paper, and the headline is Investors, Land Control, Luxury Homes, and Controversy, the top Las Vegas Valley residential real estate stories of 2025. And in it, you got Patrick Blennerhassett wrote this, and he wrote it back on December 23rd, just before Christmas. And in it, he goes on to say, residential real estate in Las Vegas Valley was defined by a trifecta of somewhat contradictory statements: record prices, record levels of inventory, and slow sales. I don't agree. It's not record levels of inventory.
No.
Inventory got back to pretty much to normal.
Yeah.
It's not record levels. It's just higher than it was when it was so low, right?
Yeah.
I mean, so I think he's a little off on that one, but that's okay. The local housing market in the entire country are still trying to get off the roller coaster ride that was the pandemic. And while public health concerns are long gone, the long economic wave caused by the government lockdown and citizens and businesses printing money right into high inflation and disruptions in global supply chains is still being heavily felt in the real estate market. You know, one of the things that I've noticed, and I don't know if you can help me validate this. During the pandemic, we had what I call the great reshuffling of the deck. Everybody moved. There was so many people moving, and real estate was on fire because everybody was moving. And they were moving because they were spending more time at home. They weren't in the office. They were at home.
Yeah.
And maybe they brought the office at home or whatever. And when they were at home, they realized I'm either too far from something or too close to something, or this is too big or this is too small. I need a better spot to be home. So everybody just moved. And prices were decent. Interest rates were low. It was a good time to do it. So now what we're feeling is the residual effect of everybody already having done it.
Yep.
You know, we were so far ahead of the curve in terms of volume that's why the volume is off now.
Right.
Part of interest rates are higher. There's lots of other reasons, but that's part of it. It's kind of like it's kind of the hangover effect from.
Yeah.
Carly, you recognize that, right? Hangover. The hangover effect from the pandemic.
Still feeling it.
Yeah. So that's what I'm seeing. That's part of what we're seeing. Okay. He goes on to say, we talk about record high prices. Okay. So record high prices, home prices in Southern Nevada hit record high prices multiple times this year, starting in January when they hit $485 for the first time. Now, they kind of stayed there the whole year. They didn't move around a lot. You know, 480, 475, 485. You know, we got up to 490 recently, but I think there was an anomaly in pricing, and I got a feeling first month of January we're going to see that change a little bit. Anyway, but as of November, this is their data from November, 7,033 homes were on the market, a 26.3% increase from the same month last year. Now, this is where he gets record inventory from.
I was just going to say year over year for sure.
Yeah, year over year, huge, but not.
No.
Traditionally, that's normal inventory.
Yeah, for sure.
It really is. I mean, it's, we like to see, now across the country they say, 90 days is a normal market. I would say in Vegas it's more like 60 days is a normal market for us. House would be on the market about 60 days.
Yeah.
Right now, it's closer to 90, 95 to 100 days now is where we're sitting right now with homes. But the number of condos and townhomes on the market without an offer jumped 40.8% at the same time. Then and this is something Patrick talks about all the time, and when he's on the program, we talk about this all the time, federal control of land.
Yeah. That's a tough one.
It is, right? Oh. I mean, what do you do? You can't make the government release land, although we're really trying, and the governor's been good about trying to get the president to act on this, and I know he's reached out. But both residential and commercial real estate stakeholders have been sounding this alarm for years. However, it hit a fevered pitch in 2025. The Bureau of Land Management controls virtually all of the available land left to develop in the valley and has been slow to release it for years. What caused this? Well, it's interesting. He goes on to say, it dates back to the 1800s, and I didn't know this, when Southern Nevada was nothing but barren desert, and the founders of Nevada made a deal with the federal government for more control of the northern part of the state in exchange for the south. So apparently, we gave the federal government land down here so we could develop Reno and Sparks and all that stuff up there. Yeah. I guess that's what happened.
I did not know that.
I had no idea. I thought that was kind of interesting.
Because I feel like Reno was before us. In a sense. I mean, you've got Carson City.
It must have been around
older,
that.
So I don't know.
You're right. You would think so.
I don't know.
Carson's
older than here, but who knows?
I mean, Vegas was just a railway stop for the longest time, apparently, and then a Mormon spot, and so But yeah, I guess that's what happens. So anyway, investors in the housing market. This is something that I harp on as well myself. Since the wake of 2008, Wall Street has taken a keen interest in Las Vegas Valley real estate. Multi-billion-dollar hedge funds now own thousands of homes in the valley, taking residential properties and turning them into permanent rental homes. On top of this is the growing industry of build-to-rent homes, where companies construct houses and then rent them out. Yeah, we got a number of those developments here.
They're still going up.
And they're still going up, right?
Southwest area's got one.
Yeah, I see. You see the sign, hey, all these homes will be for rent, you know. Two Las Vegas Review Journal investigations found the most likely two biggest property owners in the valley were Wall Street-backed companies, one in New York, one in Texas. Local politicians have taken notice of this growing ownership stake and made campaign pledges. However, no real political traction has taken place at any level. And this is true. So I don't know how you fix that, but I've been talking about, and I talked about this before with the vice presidential debates where they mentioned this word, and it's the commoditization of residential real estate. They're turning us into a commodity, which is a problem.
Yeah.
For individuals, real estate is the easiest tool to use to grow personal wealth.
Yeah.
You got to live somewhere.
Yeah.
If you own it, you're going to grow your personal wealth. If you're renting, you're growing someone else's personal wealth. Or Wall Street.
Yeah.
You're giving the money to Wall Street. You're giving it to them. And look, Wall Street, I kind of can't harp on this enough. Wall Street made the investment because they saw the upside. But what's happening by them seeing that upside, they're taking away the opportunities for a lot of individual homeowners. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
And it kind of pushed pricing up. And to me, that's a real problem, because one of the reasons we do this show is we don't want people afraid of real estate, and we want to get first-time home buyers to jump in and buy homes. And I'm going to talk about this every week until I see it come to fruition. But right now, it's just not. Right now, there's just nothing happening.
And this city is based off of people moving here.
And indeed,
right? So people move here to live here. So that is part of what we're trying to sell, is to come out here for tax purposes. You know, all those things that we talk about, the advantages of Nevada, and then we don't have anywhere to,
I know.
Go.
Vegas was always known as a place where, the cost of living was very affordable. Yeah. Well, and that was before we became a major metropolitan area. Now we're just we're a big city. I mean, and that's there's good to that and there's bad to that. Yeah, we got a lot of new things. We got sports teams. We got mega resorts. We've got, all kinds of things going on here. And the population, when I moved here in 1993, the population of the valley was just under 800,000.
Wow.
And now it's, I don't know, 2.6 million, 2.6 million. So, three to four times since I've been here. And 93 is not the beginning of Las Vegas by any stretch. The controversy at the realtors. At the end of 2024, two presidents resigned, capping off an extraordinary year of controversy for the largest real estate trade organization in Southern Nevada. We might be, we're the only, I'm saying we might be the only trade organization in Southern Nevada. I don't know if there's, how many other, I guess there's others. There's commercial groups and such. But new President George Kiprios came in promising to end the spectacular headlines, but now finds himself named in a massive class action multi-state lawsuit against Zillow. The last thing he talks about is luxury. And this is interesting because I think this has an impact on our median price. In it, he says, Las Vegas has not necessarily been known as a hotbed of luxury homes nationwide. However, that seems to be changing in the past few years. More and more multi-million-dollar homes are being built, bought, and sold in the valley than ever before. So what is driving this trend? The biggest is California wealthy elite either looking to park their money outside their home state or relocate altogether. Las Vegas has to give itself some credit, too. The city has undergone a massive remaking, as we talked about before, with Golden Knights, the Raiders, the Sphere, and Super Bowl and F1, all that stuff. Okay. But the thing that's happening when you start to expand, when you move the cap of our market up and you keep raising that price, every market goes up a little bit, but ours has gone up significantly. I remember at one point one of our agents on our team, Frank Napoli Jr. had the highest sale price of any home ever sold in the valley, and I think it was like $6 million, and I remember that. Now, I mean, you're talking about $30 million sales. And you're talking about, and that was the most expensive home you could buy in the valley was $6 million. This is not that long ago.
Yeah.
Now they're $30 million. So so I would propose and suggest to my listeners and to you guys that the reason our median prices kind of stay where it is because the high end of the market keeps expanding. But I would tell you that middle market and the lower end is not going up. It's not. It's some of it's flattening out. Some of it's actually going down. And so we have to be mindful of that and know that this expansion of luxury has skewed the median.
Yeah.
It's not supposed to, but it did.
It did. Because
did.
there was so much activity in there.
Right.
That's what happened. We weren't used to it.
Absolutely. No doubt. So that's what, that's what I've seen. And when I read this article, and we're going to air this in January, but I'm reading this in December, but I'm telling you that 2025 was another year where we just, when you see the volume of high, and when I do my monthly market update, we could see that. I look at homes over $1 million and over $3 million, and their numbers are still going up.
Yeah,
they're still very strong. Whereas the numbers and the number of closings in the middle and lower end is dropped significantly. Yeah. And all year we were seeing, in terms of the number of homes sold per month, about 2,000 single family homes a month. And of that, sometimes 500-600 of them were over $1 million. Mm-hmm. And $1 million might not be luxury anymore, because there's a lot of really tract homes that are well over $1 million. Not that they're not great, wonderful homes. They're amazing homes. They were, though. But we may have to redefine. That's why we're looking at $1 million and $3 million plus, because we may have to redefine that definition of luxury, because of the way the numbers have skewed. Yeah. And so that's part of it. But Patrick Blennerhassett wrote this article. I thought it was good, very insightful as always for Patrick. The one thing I don't necessarily agree is record inventory. We're not even close to that. I mean, we saw well over 10,000 homes at some point in my career. I know we've seen that.
Yeah, for sure.